Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless in Yuri's route. So, we're in the maid chapter. Teachers told everyone where they're made, so now we feel like an asshole. But it's okay, because otherwise Yuri was getting a little handsy with us, and that would have been awkward too. And yet she's gonna grow to love it. It's kind of funny. Kind of wrong, but anyway. I'm doomed. About the part the teacher said would be in the exam earlier. I don't get it. Ugh, how am I going to hide my report card this time? Oh, that was a guy. Whoops, sorry. Well, oops. Just thought I was a girl, too. Anyway. The class stirred as the teacher mentioned that exams will start soon. For this exam, I want to give up. It's going to be so much harder than the last one. I sighed and plopped down on my desk. I'm already in pain and exams are coming too. I soon heard other students leaving the classroom. They must be going to the cafeteria for lunch.
I am on a diet, so I'm going to the playground.
You're still exercising? I looked at Soy sitting in front of me and asked. Soy always runs around the playground with Shinbi saying she's on a diet. I understand that Soy's on a diet, but I don't know why Shinbi joins her. In the afternoon, she always eats strawberry milk and creamy bread. There are less people at the cafeteria if I go after exercising. There's no point in being on a diet then. Where's Yinho? I look by my side, but I don't see Yinho.
How can you expect him to be? As always, the chick was dragged away as soon as the bell rang.
Huh, I see. Yinho's especially popular with the girls. I felt kind of proud to see my doll be so loved. Then, what's Lance doing? I turned around and found Lance still in his desk, reading his notes. Hey, Lance, you're not going to lunch? I'm fine. Lance replied without lifting his eyes from his notes. He then closed his notes and suddenly stood up. Why? Where are you going? If you don't want to say, fine. Huh. I was kind of sullen at his coldness. I was just treating him comfortably like at home since no one was around. Does he have to be so cold when we're outside the house? I'm pretty sure he's cold all of the time. That's just him. I'm going to the student council. I have an appointment with the president. Oh, okay. But make sure you eat, though. I had it after peering at Soy and Shinbi. Lance hesitated a bit and nodded. Then I'll be off.
Aren't you just their slave rather than their maid?
After seeing the door close, Soy mumbled as if teasing me. No? Yeah, just tease me. Go ahead. Ugh. Now I'm getting teased with weirder titles because of Lance's cold attitude. This is all Yuri's fault.
I'm too tired, so no working out for today. Let's go and eat.
Thanks to whimsical Soy, we left the classroom together 10 minutes later. Can she give up so easily like that after declaring to lose weight? I headed to the cafeteria thinking Soy really knows how to rationalize. They probably only have the unpopular kinds of bread right now.
Ugh. What if they're only the red bean ones? I hate them.
I just need strawberry milk. That's not a meal. Hey, you! This voice. Oh, it's probably, well, I don't know why Yuri would be like, hey, you. He'd be like, oh, my honey. So, I don't know who it actually is, so. I was about to object to Shinbi's choice for lunch when I heard a familiar voice from behind. I instinctively turned around. Oh, Mr. Eugen. Hey, you. Hi, Mr. Eugen. I'm glad you're here. Follow me. I have something for you to do. How can he be so blunt? Mr. Eugen looked down and almost ordered me. What? But I have something very important to take care of called lunch. What? Say that again. I saw his eyes glare behind those glasses of his. No, okay, I'll go. I ended up slouching my shoulders and followed Mr. Eugen. I could see Shinbi and Soy pretending to wipe away their tears and wave. Nothing's working out today. I don't feel good about the rest of the day. Mr. Eugen, where are we going? This isn't the way to the infirmary. Did I say we were going to the infirmary? Huh? Then where are we going? The school gate. Why to the gate? The equipments for Beatrice were delivered. Delivered to the gate? I felt more nervous. Mr. Eugen, what's all this? I lost words at what was piled in front of me. Mr. Eugen clicked his tongue at seeing me be so flustered.
Did you forget what I told you before? You need to take more calcium. Your memory is awful. All right, I'll tell you again. These are daily supplies for my dear love, Beatrice.
Daily supplies?
Yes.
I look at the huge mountain in front of me. Boxes of body soap, aroma oil, lubricants, rainbow microfiber towels, mud masks, etc. Excessive amounts of bath supplies were forming a small mountain in front of the gate. The sheer amount shocked me, but the fact that this was all for that one skeleton model shocked me more. This doesn't feel good. There was no one around, and it was just me and Mr. Eugen facing the boxes. And what's more, Mr. Eugen had his arms folded and looked relaxed. Then, does he want me to move all this by myself? Mr. Eugen, you're not saying I have to take all this to the infirmary, are you?
You know well.
Oh, God.
Well then, get moving. Beatrice is desperately waiting as we speak. I have to take all this and take care of her beautiful body.
Mr. Eugen started toward the infirmary, far away. I was thunderstruck that I yelled out loud. How can I carry all this by myself? Besides, why does Beatrice need all this? She only has bones, so all you need is a towel to wipe.
Are you insulting her in front of me?
I covered my mouth in a hurry. Mr. Eugen gave me a deathly look.
Beatrice is a lady from a noble family. From the moment she was born, she has been treated as such. But what did you just say? A towel? And a wipe?
Mr. Eugen's voice grew lower. He was so intimidating that I couldn't help but back away. I took a huge step back and said, I wasn't saying that's what you have to do. I was just saying that there are other ways than giving material things to show your love to Beatrice. Yeah, something like that. Mr. Eugen shook his head at what I said.
You obviously are quite ignorant. A man does not hold back when he's investing on his woman.
This would sound romantic to anyone who hears it, but the problem is that the woman is not what normal people think. Beatrice is a model. A creepy skeleton model. But she's just a model.
What?
As Mr. Eugen asked sharply again, I closed my mouth. Why do we keep opening our mouth? We should shut up. And I hurriedly grabbed the top box. I was saying she deserves that kind of treatment. Of course. I have to move all these. Beatrice must be waiting.
Anyways, you can leave after you've moved all these boxes. Except, you must move every single one of them to the infirmary. I'll check if anything's missing.
Okay, but where are you going?
To the spa.
What?
The delivery was a bit late today, so Beatrice isn't feeling so good. Her shine's become a bit dull. I have to take her to the spa. If I leave her like this, she'll get really mad. Of course, she's beautiful even when she gets mad.
Going to the spa with Beatrice. I just imagined something very creepy. Yeah, I mean, I imagine creepy things. Him and his skeleton. In the middle of steaming springs, Beatrice's white bones. Ugh. I get goosebumps just by thinking about it. I shook my head trying to forget that horrible scene. Anyways, Mr. Eugen, can you leave for the spa right now? What if someone gets sick? Mr. Eugen looked at me as if I was asking something stupid. What?
What's that got to do with me? The infirmary is still there. Just let them take whatever medicine they need.
What? How can they just take whatever they need?
It's fine. It'll work. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
What? I doubted my ears.
That's what I've been doing. When someone sick comes in, I just give them whatever's on the shelf. They all get better anyways. Then hurry up. I'll be off.
Mr. Eugen calmly walked away. He must not know how shocked and scared I am right now. I turned around and stared blankly at the pile of boxes in front of me. Ugh, what am I gonna do? It doesn't make sense for me to carry all this by myself, but I can't just ignore it and turn away. Mr. Eugen will never forgive me if I do. I sighed and grabbed one of the boxes. I'll be done eventually, after a while. Of course, I'm doomed. Mr. Eugen, I'm gonna hate you forever. I finished carrying everything and hurried, but it was just as I expected. The cafeteria ran out of everything. Do you have any bread left? The cafeteria lady silently shook her head. I guess I'll have to skip lunch and starve today. I slouched my shoulders and headed to the classroom. Where's Yuri bringing you like a nice, gorgeous lunch? It was late and classes will start soon. There wasn't even time to go to the convenience store, so I just gave up. Ugh, I'm hungry. Every time I take a step, I hear my stomach growl. It's my stomach blaming the owner who didn't provide it food. I'm sorry. Just bear with me for a while. Oh my god, that would give me such a headache and I'd pass out. After class, I'll run to the convenience store and stuff something in. Huh? I was grumbling while walking to the classroom when I stopped abruptly. On the hallway back to the classroom, I saw two familiar people. The woman's our Korean teacher, and the one facing her is Yuri? I saw the Korean teacher starting a conversation with Yuri on the other side of the hallway. Did you eat? The teacher flipped her long hair and talked to him in a high voice. Her nails looked like they were recently done in a salon. Her long, lean fingers were very feminine. The nails look recently done. They might get caught in her hair. What? I was feeling disdain toward the teacher for some reason. Huh? Why am I upset right now? He's just talking with another teacher. I was embarrassed and scratched my head for no reason. She was holding onto a pretty basket in one hand. I couldn't see well, but I guessed it was a gift because of the colorful wrapping. What's inside? You're like, is it food? Before I knew it, I was focusing on their conversation and forgot my hunger. No, not yet. Yuri sounded serious, unlike usual. I widened my eyes at the unfamiliar sight. Oh, I haven't eaten too. How about eating with me? I know a good place nearby. The Korean teacher smiled. It was a feminine and soft kind of smile. I'd like to, but not today. Lunchtime ends soon and I have a class right after. Oh, well, what a shame. I'll have to give up today. We really should next time, though. Sure. Sorry. It'll be on me next time. I'll remember that. All right, take this. She held out the basket she was holding. It's muffins. I baked them this morning. You won't be able to eat properly if you have class right away. Have these. Oh, wow, thank you. I don't know if I can just take them without giving anything in return. I made them to give to you, so it's fine. Don't forget to eat with me next time, though. Why are all the women in this game like batshit fucking nutter butters? They're like, oh, whatever you say. I'll give you anything. Do you want my soul? Take it. Jesus, crazy bitches. It's kind of funny. Yuri elegantly smiled and nodded. Oh my god. At that, the other teacher smiled with her eyes and disappeared. Never knew she knew how to smile like that. She's definitely a woman. The click of her heels rang through the hallway. As soon as the clicking disappeared, I came back to my senses. I stopped on my way to class to listen to their conversation. I should hurry back to the classroom. I was heading back to the classroom, but I couldn't forget what I just saw. What? I thought he's always buttery like he's at home. He actually knows how to talk normally? It was strange to see Yuri so sincere and gentle. He always fools around in front of me. That's because he's in love with you. I felt goosebumps climb up my back at remembering what happened this morning. That was a really dangerous moment. What are you doing here? I suddenly heard Yuri's voice from behind. I thought he went the opposite way, but we must have headed toward the same direction. I turned around and awkwardly said hello. Oh, hi. No, hello, Mr. Yuri. Smirks. All right. What are you doing here? Oh, are you here to buy something? What? Oh, yes, I came to buy lunch, but... But? Yuri looked at my empty hands. His handsome eyebrows arched as if wondering why. Everything worth eating ran out. I was just about to head back to the classroom. Oh, no. You can't skip lunch. Here, take this. Yuri handed me the muffin basket he just received. What? No, it's fine. The Korean teacher gave you this. I can't take it. How did you know she gave it to me? Were you watching the whole time? You're pretty sneaky. Yuri smiled wickedly. He looks pleased for some reason. No, I was just around and happened to hear it. It was a genuine simple occurrence. The way you say it makes me more suspicious. Yuri smiled with his eyes and came towards me. It was completely different from the way he looked at the other teacher earlier. You should have called me if you cared so much, my honey. I'll run to you wherever you are. Yuri whispered sweet words. Of course, this perv isn't going anywhere. That sincere version I saw earlier was long gone. Please stop. I mean, shut up. I looked around and didn't find anyone. I relaxed and treated him comfortably. He wasn't going to listen to me if I'm polite. And you know, other kids can see, so don't do what you just did. What I just did? What did I do? Our Korean teacher is a woman too. Girls already misunderstand the way you act, and if they see that... Misunderstand? What I mean is, they might misunderstand that you like them. Honestly, I always wanted to talk to you about your attitude. If you're always flirty with girls, they might genuinely come to hate you one day, so be careful. I don't know what Yuri's thinking when he acts like that, but he doesn't seem to like the Korean teacher. If he always leaves room for hope like that, he'll definitely be misunderstood. Yuri slightly frowned at my words. My honey, aren't you talking about yourself? What? Yuri nodded. It was ridiculous the way he seemed to think he knew it all, but he kind of does. But we don't realize it yet. I want to ask the details, but since we're outside, I won't. Yuri whispered in my ears. Just when I was about to tell him that I'm getting goosebumps, he leaned over fast. Smooch! Yuri kissed my ear in a flash. That's actually kind of cute. What is he doing? Awkward, but cute. I hurriedly looked around. Thankfully, no one was passing by. But although no one saw it, we were still out in public. After realizing that, my face turned red with embarrassment. Yuri's face turned strange at seeing that. Oh, this is a cute response. I was thinking of controlling myself at the academy, but... No, my honey. If you keep being cute like that, I can't control myself. Shh! Are you really gonna be like this? Ugh, I'll see you at home. I'm honored to see you be so enthusiastic. Did you change your mind? Of course, I'm okay whenever. No, stop saying things like that. What if someone hears you? Don't be shy. We've already seen everything to see, no? No! Oh. My stomach growled while I was shouting out no. There was no way Yuri missed it when it was this loud to me. My face was burning red. Ha! Oh no. My princess must be really hungry, huh? Yep, he heard. Ugh, so embarrassing. You made me yell. That's why... I was so embarrassed I couldn't even raise my head. But Yuri held out something. You said you didn't get anything at the cafeteria, right? Here, take this. Yuri handed me the muffin basket. Can I really take this? Hold on. This is where we save. Oh! We're supposed to refuse. Okay, so I'm gonna just... No, let's just save this here. This is our choice. I'm not gonna know if I might not remember that that's... Hopefully I remember that's where our choice is. Okay. So this is funny. Oh no. So the bad path, this is where we choose, and if we go down, we're not gonna do the bad path, we're gonna go down the good path until we get to the point where I think the next chapter ends. Then what we'll do is come back, do the bad path so that we can skip through and just read the slightly different things so we don't like have to skip through on the good path. It's kind of what we did in Lance's path. But it's really funny that we refuse. And if we take it, that's the bad path. That's really weird. Interesting. I'm just trying to see something. 1, 2. There's 8 between the next chapter and this one. Okay, so yes. So when we get to the end of the next chapter, the next chapter has a lot of choices. When we get to the end of that one, that's when we'll go back and do this. So we're going to refuse, because that's what we're supposed to do. I saw him receive the basket himself a moment ago. I don't feel good about taking it. I can't take this. Why? The other teacher made it just for you. It's a caring present she prepared for you, and it's rude to just give it to me. She must have spent a lot of time making it. I feel too bad. You could take a muffin. I'll have one, though. You can share them. God damn it. Why is that something to feel bad about? See? Okay, so maybe now I get it. Like, refusing is like, no, that's rude. And then he's like, I get it. So he's learning. We're teaching him how to be a decent human being. Oh, that's lovely. I like that. You could just tell by looking at how much she cared. Don't you see what these muffins mean? What do they mean? At that moment, I remembered what happened with the chocolate last time. Yuri said something similar last time. I just wanted to give you the muffins I happen to have, since you're hungry. I wanted to give everything that goes into my honey's mouth. I want to give everything that goes into my honey's mouth. That's so... Though that look on his face and coming from Yuri, that's just so fucking wrong in so many ways. Yuri's being smooth again. He then lowered his head and whispered, "Of course, not just food, but everything else, too." See? That's exactly... Okay. So I'm thinking that, I'm like, that's coming from Yuri, that's really pervy. And then I was like, that's inappropriate. And then I was like, you know what, though? I'm sure that's not... No, that's exactly what he was thinking. I know Yuri. Oh my god. Oh my god, Yuri. Put it away. This path actually makes me laugh so much because he is such a fucking pervy flirt. I love it. Oh my god, it's so wrong. You obviously didn't get beaten enough this morning. Oh, you obviously didn't get enough beating this morning. Don't you get tired of getting mad every time? Anyways, take this. Yuri forced the muffin basket into my hands. I ended up hugging it tight. I don't like muffins. And I have class right now. I can't just take this in. I don't know why she made this for me, but I get that my honey's hungry, so take this and eat it. I won't take any more refusals. Yuri smiled to see me hug the muffin basket. There's nothing I can do when he's stubborn like this. I don't have time to bicker with him, so let's just take it. I look at the muffins in the basket. My stomach growled more to see those tasty muffins. I gulp without knowing. You can't fool your body. Don't tease me. I'm not teasing you. I'm saying you're adorable. Then I'll be off. See you at home. I was startled again and looked around. See me at home? Yuri's like a ticking bomb at home and outside. Shh! I told you to watch out when you say stuff like that. Ignoring what I said, Yuri waved and disappeared to the end of the hallway. His back seemed to be laughing at me. I looked down at the basket in my hand again. I see so many kinds of muffins glistening in the basket. How many kinds of muffins did this bitch make? Usually you make a batch of one kind of muffin. She's like, I just made a bunch of different muffins. She's like a muffin baskets for days. I feel like I've done something horrible to the Korean teacher. You always crying out loud with a single regard for what I'm going through. All right, as Yuri said, my body never lies. Let's fill my stomach first. I picked up the vanilla muffin that was at the very top. Ooh, that sounds delicious. So good. I clicked, it double clicked. Okay, we're gonna save this. I'm gonna save it down here because that's where our choice thing is, so. Meaningful presence. After this chapter ends, is when we'll go back to the bad path. But this one's got a lot of choices, so it's either gonna be choice after choice after choice after choice, or, you know, whatever. Or it's a really long-ass chapter. Who knows? In the end, the maid title never left me. People tease me as the maid whenever they see me in the hallway. So I suggested that maybe I should ride the bus to school again. But Yuri talked as if he won't let anyone else in the limo if I don't take it. Well, everyone's already calling me the maid anyways. So I ended up thinking it'd just be best for all of us to comfortably take the limo to school. Goodbye my smooth days at the academy.
Hey, housekeeping lady.
Soy, there are two things wrong with what you just said. First, I'm not a housekeeper, and second, I am not a lady.
I'm not teasing you. That's what everyone calls you, and they never say housekeeping girl. Your academy life must be pretty hard.
Thanks to Yuri and T, I've become a maid overnight. Well, maid would be putting it nicely. I was more like a housekeeper. It didn't take a single day for the whole school to treat me as a housekeeper. I still feel dizzy when I think about what happened that day. Rather than being called a housekeeper, I was more scared of being misunderstood because of Yuri.
Well, whatever. But first, give me your smartphone.
Why my smartphone?
I didn't get you that app then. I'll download Twinter for you.
Soy must really want to download that app on my phone. After I handed it to her, Soy moved her hands fast. I don't know what you're doing, but you're so fast.
Oh, this? I'm just normal. Some people are so fast you barely see their fingers. There aren't that many people typing letter by letter like you do.
Really? I'm not that good too. Shinbi suddenly came from nowhere. Shinbi, you too? Yeah, I got the one I'm using now as a gift, but I don't know how to use it that well. I don't really use it except checking texts for work. Wow, you get phones as a gift when you work. I'm jealous. I was about to talk without thinking, but stopped myself just in time. Come to think of it, Yuri gave me the phone as a gift, but I couldn't tell them this. Oh, it's nothing. Before I knew it, I was already thinking of Yuri. I erased all my thoughts of Yuri and shook my head.
Alright, I got you, Twinter. I added me as a friend, so you can read what I'm thinking every single day now.
Do I really have to know? Before I even took back my phone, Soy leaned close and whispered,
Since I downloaded it for you, I have a favor.
What?
Don't you want to add the Hot 5? Go ahead and ask.
That's what you were aiming for in the first place? Oh, that's what you were aiming for in the first place, right?
You do their housework. You're close with them, right? Go and ask, please. I really want to add them.
Soy sparkled her eyes while pleading.
The Ice Prince is coldly waiting right there for a contender. Please go and ask him for me,
Soy pushed my back.
Oh, and plus, make sure you get teas, too. I'll buy you cake.
That was your motive all along.
You don't have to be so smart.
Soy's glistening eyes defeated me, and I ended up in front of Lance. Lance looked at me with his usual cold eyes. His blue eyes looked like they were asking, what now? Lance, can I ask you something if you don't mind? What is it? When you start Twinter, tell me your ID. I don't have a specific reason. Yeah, emergency contact. I thought it'd be good to get it down as an emergency contact. Emergency contact. I don't think that app is effective for emergency contacts. As usual, Lance coldly cut my words. But does that mean Lance already knows what Twinter is?
What are you two doing?
Cutting our conversation. Oh, nothing much. I was just asking Lance for his Twinter ID.
Twinter? Oh, I have one too.
Huh? You have one? Well, I was feeling surprised. Snatched away my phone. It's only been a week since he got a smartphone, but he must already know it better than me. Considering the fact that he was a doll, he's adapting very fast.
Huh? Oh, I haven't told you. Other kids told me, so I downloaded it at lunch yesterday.
I think his popularity is why he's adapted so fast to being human. Anyways, I'm glad he's doing so well.
Here, this is my Twinter ID.
Held out the phone. Wow, you have so many friends. I scrolled down and saw Yinho had a lot of friends. And among those friends, I saw an account without any profile pic named Lance.
Oh, that's Lance's account. I downloaded Twinter on his phone for him. But seeing there's no update, I don't think he uses it.
Laughed a bit embarrassingly. Okay, then how about T and Red?
Oh no, I haven't asked them. I should when I get home.
Bashfully smiled and disappeared again when the girls called him. I came back to my seat, too.
What did he say?
I got Yinho, and I got to know Lance's. I don't know about T-Red and Mr. Yuri.
I thought the Hot 5 always talk to each other. First, I should add the Ice Prince and the chick. Tell me about their IDs.
So I looked at my phone and quickly added both of them.
Oh, right. We already know Mr. Yuri, so you don't have to ask.
Soy said while looking at the phone. Huh? How do you know Mr. Yuri's?
What do you mean how? Mr. Yuri tells you if you ask. I think all the girls at this academy already know Mr. Yuri's Twinter.
Soy said as if it's nothing. It bothered me that I was the only one who didn't know. I do feel a bit upset. I didn't ask, but we see each other every day, and I was the only one who didn't know. Was everyone except me chatting with him? I felt upset for some reason. He calls me my honey and especially treats me, but I guess it was all empty words. He's such a player.
Hey, housekeeping lady. Should I add Mr. Yuri to yours?
Soy looked at me and asked, what should I do? What should we do? What should we do? Hold on. Tell me Yuri's username too. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay, yep. Yeah, add it to mine too.
Okay, let's see. Kilimanjaro.
His idea must be that weird nickname. Everyone at school calls Yuri Kilimanjaro's Black Panther. What? Why? Of course, I'm too embarrassed to say it, so I never call him that. I couldn't help but sigh to think of Yuri proudly using that username.
Now all done. So you've added 5 people, including me, Shinbi, Ice Prince, Chick, and Mr. Yuri. See this line here? If you update it...
complicated.
It's because it's your first time. It will get super easy. Oh, Mr. Yuri posted something new.
I looked at my phone. There really was something Yuri posted. Oh, God. Wait. I'll have to take the mirror away from my desk. I don't know what any of those characters are yet. I really don't. No, yeah, I don't. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie, whoopsie, I didn't realize we were... Okay, hold on. Can we rewind back to here? Okay, it's sad, but I'll have to take the mirror away from my desk. I can't look at the screen because my face reflected in the mirror is too blinding. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, yeah. I, wearing a black suit today, am Kilimanjaro's Black Panther. No, actually, much cooler than that. Ha! It was so Yuri. I could almost hear his voice. I sighed and scrolled down to read his older posts. This was strangely addictive. Adam and Eve must become one in the end. Wow, that hair mask looks good. Should I get it? What do the chocolates mean? My hand stopped at the last post. Is he talking about what happened at the cafeteria before? Yuri is always confident and elated. Was he thinking about what I said when Yuri gave me the chocolate before? Nah. But my eyes were still locked at that post. See, it's weird. So, like, ooh, we're getting a thunderstorm. The thunder just started rolling in. Like here, if someone gives me like, oh, here's a nice piece of chocolate, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, are you in love with me? Is this like a wedding proposal? Like, it's like, yay, candy, bitch, hand it over. Like, it's just weird. Like, and like, I don't know. I mean, yes. So like, if someone does something super nice, like a woman at work that's kind of in charge of my group, got us all like little bundt cakes one day as like a thank you. That's something additional. That's like something special, but it's not like, it's like, oh, it's a special nice thank you because you guys are working so hard type of a thing. So yeah, like, yeah, I mean, yes, a woman, like somebody bringing me, here, I got a muffin basket. Nah, it's nothing. Are you trying to be like my best friend or are you in love with me? Like, why are you giving me a muffin basket? That's weird. Yeah, I get that. But like a piece of chocolate, even if they're handmade chocolates, like, oh, I bought nice fancy, that's like me. Just because like, what? I'm sorry, I can't give you one of my M&Ms because you might take it as a token of my love. I mean, I get it. There's M&Ms and then there's, like, these nice, fancy, handmade chocolates, but he didn't, like, buy you a box. He's like, oh, I have some. You want one? Like, I'm sharing my shit with you. Like, I guess maybe when it's a teacher and a student, it seems a little less appropriate, but I just imagine, like, they would be, like, saying, like, you go into your teacher's, then they have, like, candy on their desk. Like, yeah, sure, no, candy for the kids. I share with my students that, like, oh, the teacher's being inappropriate. It's just candy. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because they're supposed to be super fancy that he's giving them, but you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's definitely a cultural thing, right? Because, like, here, even if someone had really fancy candy, yeah, they wouldn't be passing out to everyone, but, like, and I wouldn't expect that, like, hey, you have candy at your desk, you must share it with me. But if someone had, like, really fancy candy and they offered me one, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, are you, like, in love with me? You better be careful with that. Like, I'd be like, oh, that's just nice. They're just being nice and friendly, not, like, you know? I don't know, that's weird. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. Or, like, shit is dangerous in Korea. Like, did you want one of my M&Ms? Oh my god, I'm not in love with you. Back off. Like, just, I don't know, like, a little, the muffin basket I get, but the, like, the chocolate just seems a little like a stretch, but again, cultural differences, I guess. But my eyes were still locked at that post. I almost forgot what happened at the cafeteria. Yuri never thinks about the other person when he does something. Like today when he gave me the muffins. He acted like he knows everything, but something always frustrates me. Yuri never considers the sincerity of people's hearts. He acts as if he loves everyone, but it's actually the opposite. In one word, Yuri's a narcissist. Kinda, yeah. I didn't think much of it, but it feels like a big problem these days. So I always feel frustrated for some reason when I think about Yuri. Why is it? Finally over. Oh, thank God, I'm gonna really, I stretched my arms and stood up. Soy left first today, saying she has someone to see. Yeno left first too, saying he has to see T. I guess I'll have to go home by myself today. I sling my bag onto my shoulders. It's like now like a monsoon out there. It's like I live in a rainforest. Okay, that was just... I glanced out and I saw like the scene change twice and I was like, wait, what? I'm back. I saw darkness as I opened the door. No one must be here yet. The dark house was quiet. I haven't felt silence in this house for a long time. After the dolls came to life, it was always loud. It's been a long time since it was this quiet. I quietly stepped into the living room. Before, it was natural to be in the house by myself, but now I've gotten used to all the noise. Maybe more than getting used to it. Do I like living with them more? It feels weird. I thought I don't get used to new things very well, but there must be exceptions. I turned the lights on and went into the bathroom. I should wash first since it's been a tiring day. I feel fresh. After taking a bath, I sat in front of the desk. My hair was still wet. If Yuri saw this, he'd have nagged me saying they'll get damaged if I don't dry them. Yuri's still not back? I flipped my wet hair and opened my diary on the desk. What happened today? Days of me being called the maid, no, the housekeeping lady, as Soy said, will continue for some time. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. I should just stay quiet for a while. Then naturally, other students will stop caring. I wrote the last sentence in my diary and stood up. Are they still not back? I should go to bed first. See, I fake yawn and then it makes me real yawn. It was then I heard a knock. Yes? Someone opened the door and came into my room. Yuri? I like how he just slides in. It was Yuri. I didn't hear him get back, but he must have gotten here already. Obviously. Huh? Yuri? I'm glad you didn't go to bed yet. I was just about to. Did you just get back? He still wore the same clothes as he had on at the academy. Yeah, I just came back. I glanced at the clock and saw it was already past 10. It's past 10. What did you do until now? There are several things an adult must do. And I'm not the only one late. T's still not here. T has to work, but I never know where you are, so I feel more suspicious the later you come. Yuri grins. Did you worry about me? Were you just missing me, or weren't you just missing me instead? I ignored him, but Yuri's still smiling. Why is he always so smooth in front of me? He was a completely different person in front of the Korean teacher before. I was thinking about it when Yuri came close after noticing something. You didn't dry your hair again. It's really weird, can I just say that at this point we haven't had any Yuri CGs? We had a couple at this point with the other guys. So like, wow. We at least had 1 to 2. I'm really surprised we haven't had any at this point. Although this one, there's a lot of conversation points, so maybe we'll get one in here. Meaningful presence. I knew he'd say that. Yuri approached me and reached toward my hair. I thought about whether I should attack him or back away, but I just decided to leave him. Your bangs always cover up your pretty face. So do yours. You sound like... Oh, you should like my dad. I think she might mean to say, like, you sound like my dad. How about wearing a hairband or a clip? I'll choose what suits my honey. Let's see. Yuri looked pleased as he pondered, but I didn't feel so good. I didn't want to talk to someone who comes late without telling me where he's been. I glared at Yuri and said, Why are you in my room? You should go to bed now. Ha! So cold. But no, I came here to give you this. Yuri handed me a small paper bag. What is this? I got this from a tiny lamb, but there are just too many lambs. I brought it to share with you. There was a small box wrapped in pink ribbon in the paper bag. I saw the wrapper and realized it was chocolate. The logo told me it was an expensive kind. Why is he giving this to me? I don't know where he gets all this, but he must really be popular. I'm gonna refuse. I handed the paper bag back to Yuri. Why? Why do you mean why? It's a gift for you. I can't take a gift that has hidden motives like that. I feel bad for the person who gave it to you. Didn't you say something similar when I gave you the muffins? I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you mean. Never mind, if you still can't understand what I'm saying. I feel like I'm nagging him. Yuri won't understand no matter how many times I tell him anyway. Let's just let it go for now. I can't do anything if you don't understand. And these are chocolates, right? I'm on a diet right now. I added my excuse. Of course, I'm not on a diet, but it'll be better to say it this way. Chocolates are taboo for people on a diet. I'm gonna keep wanting to eat it if it's in front of me, so just take it. My honey on a diet. Do you have any part you're embarrassed to show me? It's nothing like that. Yuri leaned close and reached out his hand. Don't? I backed away just when he was about to touch me. Yuri clicked his tongue. I would know if I actually touch it. I think you've actually lost some weight. Oh, but have you gained weight over there? Yuri pointed at my chest. What? Looking at my boobies? What? Where is he pointing at? My honey's size is definitely... Ouch! I kicked Yuri in the shin as hard as I could. This time it was really with anger, so it must have hurt pretty bad. Huh, he deserves it. Should I call Lance, Mr. Yuri? No. Yuri was clutching onto his leg in pain, but he still didn't lose his smile. Being so violent with that cute face of yours, that won't do. Something bad might happen. If you don't be careful, your important part might get hurt. Then I won't be able to teach my honey the joys of being an adult. What is he? If you say another word, I'll stitch up your mouth. I always love seeing my honey get embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, I'm disgusted. He really must not see my clenched fists. Yuri understood the situation as he pleased and laughed. I really hate that laugh. I know. My honey hides her embarrassment with those words. That's not what I'm saying! That perv, molester, freak! I ended up getting so mad I grabbed the cushion, and just when I was about to throw it towards Yuri with all my strength... What's all this? Why are you suddenly yelling? Ow! Cushion slammed right into Red's face as he entered the room. Red fell down backwards. I'm sorry, that's just fucking hilarious. It was really just reading it and just hearing the clunk. I don't know why that was so fucking funny. Yuri smoothly got out of the way. Master, what's going on? At Red's scream, Yinho came running from the living room too. Behind him, I saw Lance sighing and walking towards us. Do you realize what time it is right now? Please be quiet. It's very disturbing. Everyone came to the room to see what the fuss was about. They must have all come back home. I didn't realize it while bickering with Yuri. I should get going now. Yuri smiled at Red, still collapsed on the ground. He smiled more to see my annoyed face. I think he's taking it the wrong way again, but I don't even want to point it out. Then sweet dreams, princess. Yuri winked and waved his hand. I hate the way he just slips out after creating all this mess. I look at the desk to find the chocolate Yuri left me. I ended up taking them again. I feel like I'm getting caught up in Yuri's tricks too often these days. Master, you don't look so good. Oh, no, I'm fine. I tried my best to look fine, but I couldn't stop resenting Yuri for what he did. It was a bright sunny morning. The sun was shining through the windows. Hi, good morning. Good morning! Oh, that's, I saw Red and I just automatically assumed he was, until I saw the Master and I was like, wait. Good morning, Master. Good morning! Perfect weather for the Justice Warrior to attack. Okay. But where's Lance? I looked around but didn't find him. He's the discipline guy today, so he went to school early. I see. I guess I did wake up a bit late today. Lance is so hardworking. What do you mean? I'm the hardworking one. Look here! I saved this kid that was in danger on the window this morning. This kid? It's morning and I already have completed my mission. I definitely have everything it takes to be a Justice Warrior. Red had a black thing in his hand. Ah! It was a hairy and had 8 legs. Red was holding onto a spider. The spider's legs twitched in the air. I screamed and ran to the living room. Master, it's dangerous to run like that. Careful, you'll trip. What's all this noise? Oh! I ran without looking and ended up bumping into Yuri, who was coming out from his room. He caught me almost falling down and hugged me. But because of the shock from the spider, I didn't care about how he was holding me. Oh, what a nice way to greet the morning. Of course, I'm so glad my honey is so enthusiastic. That, don't let it get close to me. Being so cute in the morning, huh? Cherry boy, what are you holding? Oh, this? Found it in the windowsill this morning, and I saved it from getting stuck in there. The heroine suddenly started screaming. Red shrugged his shoulders as if he didn't know why. Along with Red's hands, the spider's legs moved as well. I barely stopped myself from screaming and shut my eyes. This is so bad for my eyes. I think the master is afraid of insects. Once, when we were still dolls, she refused to go out of her room because there was a cockroach outside. She held on to us and shivered. She is such a girl. Ah, that's what happened. Don't come, Red! Get that thing out of here! He's actually pretty cute if you pay attention. Red gave me a disheartened look, but that won't work on me right now. I was about to scream again when Yuri held on to me tighter. At his touch, I came back to my senses and realized he was completely hugging me. I was startled by the late realization and my face turned red. Yuri whispered into my ears, "Afraid of bugs. It's cute, but could you stop stimulating me like this?" My body stiffened at his sneaky smile. Oh my God, Yuri. It's a bit cruel to stimulate a man like this in the morning. Yuri grinned and whispered again. Oh my God, Yuri, put it away, Jesus. Oh, or right now. Do you want it? At the whisper tickling my ears, I felt goosebumps creep up my whole body. What are you talking about? I yelled and backed away. I was already flustered from the spider, but Yuri took the chance to fool around again. Yuri looked disappointed as I pushed him away. You have such a dirty mouth. Thanks anyway. I came back to my senses thanks to you. I glared at Yuri and turned my back. As soon as I turned around, I saw Red still holding onto the spider. I broke out in cold sweat and pointed at the door. And Red, please take that outside. I'm begging you. I will if heroin hates it that much. Thought you'd like it. Red pouted and headed towards the door. Yeah, look at this giant tarantula I found. Get the fuck out of here, Red. What the balls? Ha! I finally breathed. I think my heart is still pounding. Are you okay now? Here, drink this. T handed me a steaming cup of tea. My hands were still trembling as I took the cup. Thanks. Ugh, how could he have a spider in his hands? Just talking about it made me shiver. T smiled to see me like that. I felt myself finally calm down at his smile. But T soon hardened his face and said in a serious voice, "But a spider doesn't harm humans. It's usually people who harm people." Why are you staring at me? Are you saying I harm people? Oh, you took the hint. I thought you wouldn't get it. T. Yuri glared at T. T smiled in response. No need to stare at me like that. It's true. True? When have I ever harmed anyone? You haven't forgotten, have you? The limousine? Do we even know how noisy the academy was yesterday because of that? Or the other day, actually. It's partially my fault for coming up with an excuse in a hurry, but you must know whose fault it really is, don't you? I think I know what T's talking about. He's talking about that maid thing, right? Of course, if you look at it that way, it is bad. But I'm sure there's some good to it. Yuri shrugged his shoulders. Now she doesn't have to sneak around. Aren't you much more comfortable now, my honey? Oh, how about trying on a maid uniform then? It'll be so cute. Ha! It's impossible to have a serious conversation with Yuri. He was smiling as if he was really imagining me in a maid uniform. It almost made me proud to see him be so positive regardless of the situation. I was letting out a huge sigh, but T actually seemed pissed. If you want to continue being a teacher, you should really stop now. Don't you realize how uncomfortable it is for our owner now because of you? The whole school doesn't like her now. T said in a low voice. He must really be mad to scold him like that. He always smiled and gently told people off. I've never seen him like this. Yuri, you never think about what the other person might go through because of you. That's your biggest flaw. Do you know that? What's wrong with recommending a cute outfit for a pretty lady? And who's getting harmed here? And why don't you stop smiling to please other people? You don't think I wouldn't know, did you? Wait. And why don't you stop smiling to please other people? You didn't think I wouldn't know, do you? Oh, did you? Aren't you tired of living like that? At Yuri's words, T closed his eyes. This isn't good. What's wrong with the two of you? Yeah, calm down. I knew from the beginning that they didn't get along very well. But I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't even notice the tea getting cold and peered at both of them. They were still glaring at each other. Yeah, what's gotten into you guys? I wanted to enjoy going to school today since that douchey Silverhead isn't here. Red tried to calm them down, and then, Lance and Red hate each other, and, yeah. You guys aren't really fighting, are you? At Red's words, T let out a sigh. I think he didn't want to make things more awkward. Never mind. But you don't get too close to the owner at the academy if you can. If you can actually think about her, I mean. But don't get too close to the owner at the academy if you can. If you actually think about her, I mean. T stopped looking at him and said, I don't want to get advice from you. And I'm naturally led to my honey. How can I just pass by when she gets scared of a spider like that? Yuri looked at me and winked. I shook my head. Yuri's gaze fixed at the teacup in my hand. The scent. Is it the one from before? Huh? Oh. Yuri changed the subject. Come to think of it, I made this tea for Yuri once. Thanks to him changing the subject, the air loosened up. I took the chance and started talking about the tea. Oh, you remember, I made this for you before. I see. No wonder it smelled familiar. Yeah, I think it's called Secret Garden. It's always a good scent. Yuri leaned close to smell the scent better. I missed the chance to back away, but T's voice stopped Yuri. Yuri, how do you know Secret Garden? So you know too. Of course. I brought it from Banjul. Mr. Hoban specially gave some to me. T frowned a bit. Oh! My honey said she brought it from Banjul last time, right? Yuri sounded a bit disappointed and backed away. But he sparkled his eyes again soon and talked to me. Well, I'll let that go. But more than that, this reminds me of something. Remember? When my honey gave me tea last time, I told you I'd give you something in return. How about today? Let's go out on a date. I'll take you somewhere nice. There's a place I want to go with you. How about it? Yuri grinned. Is he serious? I had no way to tell if he was being serious or if he's just joking around again. He was giving me the same smile he always gives when he makes fun of me. You're not taking the heroin someplace weird, are you? The justice sensor in my brain seems to tell me this is dangerous. Red frowned and continued. I guess no one believes in Yuri anymore. And don't fool yourself into thinking everyone will agree to go out on a date with you. The heroine has her own opinions, Red nodded at his own words. I guess Red must see me as that kind of person. But Yuri shook his head. No way. The ladies always welcome me. I'm God's masterpiece, so it's natural that beautiful ladies covet this body of mine. Just yesterday night, God led me to enjoy a wonderful date with a beautiful lady, and now you... Okay, seriously, that does not make me want to date you. I see. I wondered where he went every night. He was busy dating, huh? I don't feel so good. Why do I feel like I've been tricked? I can't help but frown at imagining Yuri with a strange woman. Well, bizarre creations like you would never understand. Yuri raised his head and laughed at Red. He was completely ignoring him. What? God? Creation? What's he saying? Hey, Yellow, did he just insult me? Well... So, honey, what do you say? You'll go, right? Yuri looked at me and asked, what should I do? I think we're supposed to say no. Yeah, we're supposed to say no. No. I'm assuming when we get to the bad path... Yeah. We're basically do all the opposites. So. No, I won't. I have something to do. I replied coldly on purpose. Actually, there's nothing I have to do. It's not a big deal to hang out with him, but I didn't like him for some reason. It pisses me off that he came late last night dating another girl. He didn't even answer when I asked him yesterday. I had no desire to go somewhere with him. I felt twisted for no reason. See? The heroine has her own opinions. Red said out loud, proudly. But I don't think he's complimenting me for some reason. Huh? Why not? Let's just go. I'll make it a day you can't forget. No, it's fine. You can spend those days with other girls. I calmly refused Yuri's suggestion. He looked at me silently for a while and soon shrugged his shoulders. My honey's pretty picky today. Well, a woman's mind can change at least 12 times a day. Call me anytime you want to go on a date with me. I'm always ready. Yuri blew out a kiss. He is always so insincere. Seeing him give up so easily, he mustn't have been serious just now. I couldn't help but sigh to see him like that. Anyways, Spacey, I don't think it's good for you to keep on riding that limo. What do you think? T took away my finished teacup and asked, "Oh, do you still want to take the limo? Is it because of the rumor that I'm a maid?" "Yeah, I'm sorry." T looked really sorry. The person who should really apologize was indifferently eating his breakfast over there. "You know, I'm really pissed at that maid thing too. The guys keep on laughing while saying that. I really don't like it. I don't really know what a maid is, but I don't want you to become a laughingstock like that." Red? Red stared at Yuri far away. After feeling the looks, Yuri tried to say something but stopped. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. Yes, the only reason T came up with this lie is because of what Yuri did, but at the same time, T's the one who fucking called us a maid. So it's like, it's kind of both of them for being assholes. But at least T is like, yeah, I feel really bad about it. And Yuri's like, what? I didn't do anything. I'm perfect. Like, Yuri accepts no blame at all. Like, yeah, okay, well, yeah. Hey, I didn't call you a maid, but it is my fault that T called you a maid, so. I mean, I just wanted to point out that it's also T's fault, but he at least apologized and feels bad about it, so. After feeling the looks, Yuri tried to say something but stopped. He held up his fork and tossed around his salad. For breakfast? Weird. "And I'm mad at Yuri for making you into a laughingstock," Red said in a low voice. Yuri must have heard what Red said, but he ignored it. He just kept on eating. This unusual scene bothered me. "Master, then will Master go to school by yourself?" Pulled up my clothes and asked. He looked anxious. I didn't want the rest to worry because of me. I decided, I'll just take the limo as always. Really? Yeah, it happened already. And besides, as Yuri says, I don't have to sneak around anymore. The bus or the limousine, the crowd's basically the same, so. And I feel like I'm running away if I back out now. T let out a loud sigh. Okay, alright. I'll respect your choice, but we'll be by your side for a while since we don't know what might happen. Will that be okay? That's a good idea, Commander. Leave that to me. I'll protect her. Heroine, trust me. As long as this Justice Warrior's here, no evil will reach you. Do you realize that the evil you're talking about is your fans? Completely ignorant of that, Red clenched his fist towards Yuri. Yuri finished his salad just in time. Phew, all finished. Should we get going then? Yuri stood up from his seat. Master, I don't know if I'll be of any help, but I'll be by your side too, so don't worry. Thanks, Yinho. I stroked his hair. Closed his eyes like a baby rabbit. Yeah, what's done is done. Don't they say enjoy the pain you can't avoid? It won't matter whether people call me a maid or a housekeeper. I feel better seeing them all worry for me. I feel like everything will be fine just by having the boys by my side. We're a little under an hour, but I'm going to stop here just because this is a good stopping point and I don't want to get too far in. Because we don't know, like, the last time we were in the car, it took like 4 hours to get out of the car. I'm surprised we weren't late to school, like 3 days in a row, because we've been in the car for 3 days, guys, get out! So anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.